Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tales of Three, your favorite queer D&D-based podcast. My name is Dusty, my pronouns are they, she, and I play Ivy Nightbreeze Tinkerfey, whose pronouns are she, her, and today I have an energy drink that tastes like Skittles, and it is wild.
That is wild.
I want it.
Energy drinks are bad for you.
They are very bad for you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ariana. My pronouns are she, her, and I play Elara Spindlespark, whose pronouns are also she, her, and I don't have anything interesting to say today. Womp womp.
Wah, wah, wah. Hello, everyone. My name is Wayra. My pronouns are she, they, and I play Véres, whose pronouns are he, they. And I'm just kind of stoked that he no longer has a hole in his body, so that's kind of rad.
Yeah.
Woo!
The year is 1888, and we find ourselves in the far-flung corner of the United States, called the Pacific Northwest, in the two small towns of Seattle and Ballard. Under rainy gray skies and among the giant old-growth pine forests, there are secrets hiding, invisible to most people, except for those with the second sight. Join us for a new actual play podcast called Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. My name is Brian Kershaw, and I'll be your host and game master for this trip into a supernatural Seattle, where my friends and I will be playing a role-playing game called Vacelle. Our show is a mix of comedy and horror, and we would love for you to join us. You can find episodes at spiritsandmonsters.com, or follow and subscribe for new episodes every other Wednesday on iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We can't wait for you to join us.
A note regarding content warnings. This campaign is a dark fantasy that deals consistently with topics of body horror, complicated relationship dynamics, emotional distress, fantasy violence, gore, mechanized spiders, mental health and illness, profanity, and romantic and sexual relationships. A full list of episode-specific content warnings can always be found in the show notes of each episode. Last time, Titania sought a private audience with Ivy and sent Véres to a healer with Elara in tow. Titania revealed to Ivy that it was King Nemeth who tried to pull her from Elisora and that he was likely targeting Ivy to start a war. Titania vowed to give Ivy more freedom and asked how she would like to handle Arias and Novik seeing her wild shape. Ivy settled on having Titania take their memories away. Ivy then told the queen all about her adventures, and Titania healed the spot on Ivy's hand that had been causing her pain. Meanwhile, Véres was healed by Brimble, a cleric of Titania, and learned his wound was very badly infected. He sat through the intense pain barely making a sound, and once healed, Elara showed Brimble the salve she used to treat Véres. Brimble convinced Elara to give her a sample of the salve, letting on that the war was coming and a non-magical way to heal could prove very helpful. On the way back to Titania's waiting room, Véres and Elara saw a woman arguing with a guard about someone who had gone missing. They did not interfere, though, and followed their escort back to wait for Ivy. Once Ivy came out, our trio had an awkward sit-down with the Queen, where Titania told them they must uphold the rules of the Seelie, and Elara asked about going home, to which Titania said she was working on it. Véres told Ivy she came through the portal in Vitrum, and Titania questioned how many people had seen Ivy's wild shape. We pick up now with Titania asking Véres how he got cursed by a hag. What exactly did you do to get yourself cursed by a hag?
Oh, right.
Very genuinely, I'm not really sure.
Wrong place, wrong time, I would venture to guess.
They nod.
Hags do not get their hands on creatures in the Seelie court. And she stands up and she comes close to you, and I think she looks in your eyes. So I hope whoever this hag is has had a wonderful time taking stock of my dominion. But the party is over now. If you would relax, it is not going to be without pain. I am going to remove it.
All right.
And she takes her hand and she puts it out and hovers it in front of your throat. Almost as if she was going to put her hand at your throat. You watch this after image of her hand in the form of this sparkly pink magic that is her magical signature latch onto your throat. And then with her other hand, she draws it back As she draws her hand back, she kind of brings all of her fingers to like a point all together as Elara and Ivy watch as Véres, your body goes taut and you feel this like twist in your guts, like in your stomach, like almost like cramping. And the magical hand that's on your throat kind of tightens and holds you in place so that you can't move. And you involuntarily exhale, and this black smoke that's tinged with like this like hint of like this purplish color is just slowly pulled out of you. And it only takes a couple of seconds, but I think it feels like much longer, where you're kind of frozen in this intense pain. And as she kind of gathers it and she lets this like blackness pool into her hand, she takes her hand away from your throat and you feel yourself relax, and she claps her hands together and you watch the black and the purple disappear.
How does he feel?
You feel the same. I mean, you don't feel in pain anymore. Véres, are you okay?
I think they nod. I'm all right. I appreciate that.
She nods. It was not so bad, was it?
No, it was not.
Good. So now that I have done something for you, you must do something for me.
And what might that be?
And she looks at Ivy and she looks at Elara, and then she looks back at you. This is quite a unique situation we have found ourselves in here. You have been to the Seelie, and I need to know everything. What you saw, what you experienced, who you spoke to, how you got your injuries, and what you remember of where you were.
He raises an eyebrow. You want me to recount every detail?
She nods.
All right. Where would you like me to start?
At the beginning, of course. I will warn you, and she looks at Ivy and Elara, this is going to be a very in-depth recounting. I will leave it up to you if you want your friends to be here, but I think it may be for the best if they are not.
I think Ivy and Elara watch him think about it and like weigh his options, essentially. And he looks at you too. I hope you won't take offense, but I think the Queen is right. I think I'd rather have the conversation just between her and I. If there's anything we talk about that I have not told you to yet, I would rather tell you on my own terms. Not because I have to.
Ivy nods. And she stands and goes, boo, all right.
Elara does not look happy. Not about I don't know. She doesn't want Véres to get smited. And she's not 100% sure. In fact, I think she looks at Véres, and then she looks at Ivy, and she looks at Titania, and she bows again, and because she stands up, and she's like, okay, you're not gonna smite him or anything, right? Because, Titania smiles a little bit, and she just goes, if I wanted to smite him, he would have been, what is it, Smote already?
Smoten.
Smoten. You two can stay here. Come. And she stands up and she goes into the other private chamber.
He keeps every comment to himself, gets up, and follows the Queen. He kind of looks behind him and he's like, it'll be all right.
Ivy just waves. She's not worried.
Yeah, he's mostly trying to reassure Elara.
You walk into this room and you see what Ivy saw before. You see there is this meticulously kept desk. You see a portrait of Ivy and who you think is Beatrice across from the desk. Titania does not sit down. She does not offer for you to sit down. It was a wise choice to have this conversation alone, I think. I did not want to out you. I do not know what you have told them about being a changeling or being evil or anything like that.
I do appreciate your consideration, but they are aware of my changeling nature, and they are aware that I was not a good person, the extent to which they're not aware.
Why don't you make me a little bit aware of why exactly Ivy's friend ended up in the Seelie? It is no small feat to make your way there, and it does not happen by accident. Your deeds sort you, and I trust Ivy, but It would be foolish of me not to question you myself. I take a big risk letting you stay here, knowing what you are.
I think he's thinking about how to summarize it. There's a lot to explain, I will admit, but the baseline of it is that I have been causing a lot of pain since I was young. I have murdered and kidnapped, held for ransom. I have destroyed towns. I've lost track of how many people I've killed. I have tortured. I have blackmailed people, burned things to the ground, dealt in a little bit of spy work. Unfortunately, there's not much that I have not done.
And so how did you come to be traveling with my Ivy?
I decided to. He shakes his head. There was a situation, and somebody granted me clarity, allowed me to be able to think clearly for the first time in years, or who knows how long. And I decided that I didn't want to be that person anymore, that I never really wanted to be that person, so I ran. And in my running away, I've met Ivy, and I met Elara.
And so you are trying to be better. You are being better.
I won't lie and say that it's not difficult, and that I haven't messed up, because I certainly have, but I'm trying.
Yet you have not told them.
No, not yet. Not to this extent.
Be grateful that I am kind. I could have made you say all of that in front of the both of them.
There's nothing that I'm saying to you now that I will not eventually tell them myself.
I am sure that is the truth. She kind of takes a big inhale, and she exhales. Count on my Ivy to make friends with someone who belongs in the Seelie. And she rubs her temples. Now tell me everything.
No, I think that he's just gonna he's gonna tell her everything that happened from the moment that he arrived in the Feywild, and he's not gonna leave anything out. He'll answer any question that she has.
I think you notice as you're telling her all of this, because it's a little bit unnerving, she stands stone still. Her face is like a mask, and she's betraying nothing.
The way that he's delivering this report is that's very much the vibe that it's given, that he's giving right now. It's like he's done this a million times. It's very clear to her that not in the Feywild's court, but he's very used to the formalities of a court or of their society.
I think when you're done, she nods. It is a miracle that you made it out of there. I do not say that lightly. You did well. The information will prove very helpful. I may have more questions for you in the coming days.
They nod. Well, you know where I am.
She's silent for a while after you say, I know, you know where I am. Almost like she's thinking. And she looks at you after probably an uncomfortably long silence. And after that amount of time, she looks at you and she makes eye contact and she goes, You know, my Ivy, she is kind and she is trusting. She sees that there is good in you. They both do, I can see it. And you claim that you are changing, yet you still lie to them, because I wonder if they knew what you really were, what danger you put them in, if they would stay. But you let them carry on in their ignorance. And you are allowed to stand here and stay here, only because Ivy asked it of me. And you need to understand, if you betray her trust, and if you attempt to harm her in any way, all of the pain that you have inflicted on others in your short life thus far will be nothing compared to what I will inflict upon you. Do you understand me?
They nod. I would expect nothing less.
You may go.
They bow formally and they leave.
So I think as Véres and Titania are having this conversation, Ivy and Elara are.
I think at first they just sort of like stand there,
Mm-hmm.
and then Ivy goes, "How was your trip to the infirmary?"
It was fine. We I mean, it's huge. The place. You've been down there?
Mhm.
It's really big, and we met a really nice cleric. Her name was Brimble. Do you know Brimble?
She shakes her head.
Well, she was really nice. And there were butterfly symbols everywhere.
Yes, she nods. They are everywhere.
So I guess this is how like divine magic, like healing magic works here is we don't have that where we're from, So it was really interesting to see how it works. It was really cool. And Véres was like a super trooper and didn't make any noise while she was like, and she makes like a poking and prodding kind of motion,
I thought you were gonna say she makes like a punching noise.
No, she makes like a poking, and then I gave her some of my healing salve.
Really?
Yeah. So now you guys have that, I guess. She's like, I'm gonna save the whole place. Because she said, like, a war. Like, there's, like, whispers,
Yeah, yes, the war. It's like old news.
Okay.
They've been talking about a war since I was born, honestly.
Oh,
150
okay,
years
okay.
of this imminent war.
She seemed really, like, she leaned in, and she was like, the war. Like, she was like, people are saying tides are turning. And so I thought it was, like, imminent. But I guess here.
It is both imminent and not imminent at the same time. Time is weird here.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, I thought it was like at the doorstep,
She shrugs.
And she keeps like looking at the door where Véres and Titania are. We would like hear the sounds of smiting, right? If it was happening. I feel like it's not a quiet thing.
Yes, it would sound like electricity.
Oh, well, I know that sound well, so and she like listens by the door, but she doesn't hear anything.
They're going to be fine, Elara.
I know. It's just, it's just scary. And she's not happy that that where he was, it's not a great thing.
She'll get over it.
I'm not happy about it either. You seem kind of ambivalent.
I think she thinks about it for a moment. Honestly, they haven't done anything bad to us.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what they did in the past. As long as they're not actively trying to hurt me or you.
She like nods her head yes, but then it's also kind of like, but No, I agree. I feel like for me, there's like a second part of that sentence, right? Where it goes
just a little asterisk.
As long as they're not hurting other people or doing bad deeds, and being
willy-nilly.
Right, willy-nilly. Or, nilly, or just willy, I don't know. But it's okay because we're gonna talk. We're all gonna talk about it. We're all gonna talk about the things, and we're all gonna get to know each other better. And then and she's just like looks off, and she's just like nodding. I really like you both, and I really feel like safe and safe, yes, because like we do dangerous stuff, right? But like take the dangerous stuff away. I feel really comfortable. That's the word, comfortable with you both. And that's not always something that I feel with people, So I just want us to be happy and good and have like a great friendship and just just not murder people, willy-nilly. Yeah.
She nods. No willy-nilly murdering.
Okay. And I'm really glad you're safe too.
I'm glad you're safe.
And that we all made it and we're back together. I feel like things are looking up, as long as Véres doesn't get smited or smote.
Véres is not going to get smoten.
Smoten. Okay.
So you saw the butterflies?
Mm-hmm. They're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mean the symbols? Because there's also just one's flying. One followed us back from the infirmary.
Yes, they will do that.
We saw a guard. She starts whispering, who was like having like a, like a situation with someone, and the lady, she cursed him. She said the F word. She cursed him out, and she stormed away. And the guard who was escorting us was like, "Oh, all business here, So but it did not seem very like courtly or queenly, not stately, like like we're in this kind of prim and proper fancy place." And she was like, "F you, guard," and she walked away. But then the guard who escorted us told us that somebody who tried to assassinate the fighters got smoted or smited. So it does happen.
Yeah, I did hear about that. We were in the middle of doing a painting session when she had to go.
To smite someone?
Mm-hmm.
Did she come back after, just like all normal?
Mm-hmm.
She like narrows her eyes and like is nodding her head. Like, I understand why now Ivy's so nonchalant about people dying,
Yeah.
Huh.
I was learning how to paint a horse.
And someone was getting smited in the next room. Ish.
I mean, ish. That's how I know what it sounds like.
Your life is really different from mine.
Really? You didn't learn how to paint a horse while someone was having their life ended in the next room?
She giggles. Nope. I was breaking into locked laboratories and doing science experiments when I wasn't supposed to. But no smiting. There was electricity. Lots of electricity, though.
I don't think either of our lives constitute as normal.
That's probably true. Just different levels. Well, it's normal for you and it's normal for me, but it's not normal. Reverse it, whatever.
Hmm? Honestly, you'll probably see the butterflies a lot while we're here.
Mm-hmm.
They're, like you said, everywhere.
It's a really cool way to like watch people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you never know which butterfly is the butterfly. So if it were me, I would be just really paranoid and uncomfortable all the time. And she starts like looking around.
No, you can tell.
How can you tell?
The one that she's looking through doesn't behave like a normal butterfly. It's very slight, and most people don't notice a difference, but I've been with her probably a little bit more than I've been with my parents. So I can tell when the butterfly next to me is her watching me.
What if that's just like a trick, It's like that's what she wants you to think.
She shrugs.
I was kidding. I just wanted to see if you were going to be like, "Oh no, now I'm going to be super paranoid too." But don't be paranoid.
I wasn't going to be.
She seems like she's a queen. It's just it's weird, She scares me so much.
She's really not all that scary.
Yeah, maybe for you. Did you see her with the throat thing?
Yes, her taking away the hag curse?
Yes. I mean, it was really cool.
I assume it wasn't the most comfortable for Véres going in. It couldn't be comfortable going out.
Their whole body went rigid, like stiff,
Mm-hmm.
We'll ask them about it when they come out.
I have a lot of questions to ask them when they come out.
Well, I think after some more witty banter, Véres comes out alone.
It feels like forever, man. That was a long chat that they had.
Mm-hmm. As soon as the door, like Elara hears the door, she like whips her head towards it.
He looks at you, like raises an eyebrow. Is everything all right?
They don't look smote to me.
You didn't get smote.
I did not.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Are we free to go?
I assume so. I was dismissed.
I think she goes over to the door and like looks in. Are you sure we have to be there tomorrow?
You see she's sitting at her desk, going over some papers. Yes, Ivy, bright and early. I look forward to seeing all three of you.
She sighs. She's all right. Bye.
Goodbye.
And she walks away. She closes the door behind her. All right.
Back to the estate?
Sure.
Lead the way.
And we walk, and we walk, and we walk, and we walk.
And we walk.
Back to the estate. And I was thinking we could hop to nighttime. So I think the day passes. I think there's another dinner with the family.
Not as awkward this time, maybe?
Not as awkward this time, no. They kind of go over what happened with Titania. I think we'll catch up with them back in Ivy's room, kind of getting ready for bed, maybe. So I think they're up in the room. I think starting to like wind down from the day. Elara takes that fucking dress off.
She probably can't wait to get that off.
Yeah, she wants to be cozy.
Ivy also changes into like silk PJs.
Love it.
Véres is very happy to get that fucking layer upon layer of shit off of him.
15 minutes later, he's taking off layers.
Just neatly putting them back on the hanger.
After dropping them in the hamper, or
Yeah.
Elara's dress is on the floor. She just like it fell down and then she stepped out of it and that's where it is.
He just goes by, scoops it up, and puts it in the hamper.
She kicks it under something to try to like hide it. But like I don't know what happened to it.
Does he catch that?
Make a perception check.
Ivy doesn't.
19, I think I catch it.
Yeah, you watch her like when she kind of pulls back the curtain, I guess. Now there's a curtain, right? And she's in her pajamas and she like almost trips over the dress. So that's what draws your attention. And you watch her just like with her foot, she just shoves it underneath. Like, I feel like there's clothes hanging that are like long dresses and stuff. So she kind of pushes it in the back there.
I think he just chuckles and shakes his head.
And she sits on the edge of the bed with Ivy.
Yeah. Ivy will sit cross-legged on the bed.
And he just comes out in his typical fantasy sweatpant t-shirt duo.
Fantasy sweatpants.
I love it.
I'm here for it. And he's gonna sit down. Do you want help with your hair, Elara?
Oh, yes, please. Get it out.
Alright.
Go for it.
He takes a seat and is just working on removing all the pins and unbraiding her hair.
Véres,
Yes, Elara?
how, where did you learn how to do hair? So, I mean, it's pretty skillful.
I learned it when I was younger. I'd often do my little sister's hair.
You have a sister?
I do. I had many siblings.
How many?
I had a lot, but the ones that I've met, I had 4.
4.
Hmm?
Brothers or sisters?
Both.
Cool. I have none.
Oh, an only child?
Mm-hmm.
Something you and Ivy have in common.
Unless there's something Ivy wants to tell us.
Unless there's something my parents need to tell me.
Well, that's nice. So did you and your many siblings live in an estate like Ivy?
Not quite this grand. This is a little... I think my estate could almost fit inside of hers.
She makes like a high-pitched noise in her throat, like, okay. No ballroom then.
No, there was a ballroom.
Oh.
Ballrooms are standard, Elara.
It's a very standard thing. We had a receiving room, a ballroom, dining area, of course. Library, studies, rooms.
I don't know what we're gonna do if you guys ever come to my house, apartment.
I love it just the same.
It's really cozy.
I'm sure it is. I don't think that we're going to judge you in any way.
No.
Or where you live.
No. I've just never, it's all new to me. This, and she kind of waves her hand. The fanciness of it all. But it's not new to you, because you're rich and fancy too.
My family was.
Was.
Mm-hmm.
Did they lose their fortune?
No. My family is deceased.
Oh.
Except for my younger sister.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
No, don't be. No love lost from me.
Fair enough.
I appreciate the sentiment, though.
What's your sister's name?
Imoni.
That's a pretty name.
Mm-hmm.
It suits her.
Do you talk with her often?
Not anymore, but we do check in every now and then with one another.
Is she also, barbarian wizard?
No, she is a wizard, but she's more of a... I believe that it's called a bladesong wizard.
Okay.
So she uses a sword in her casting, in her fighting.
Badass.
She's very badass. Super smart, too.
Is she also a tier 7 mage?
No, I don't actually know what level she is anymore. Last I knew, she was a tier 3, I think. At least that's what we left off in our lessons.
Oh, did you train her?
I taught her everything she knew.
Does she do magic openly in Elisora?
Again, I'm not really sure what she's up to these years. When we were younger, she did. Our family was a magic family.
So can you just not do it there because it's so high tier? Also, how did you even learn how to get such a high tier? Tier 7 mages are like not even heard, I mean not heard of, but you know.
I actually think that I'm one of the only, either the only one or there's only a few others.
She kind of looks at you like,
I never went to school. I was self-taught, so I never went to school for magic, at least.
what kind of library books were you reading to learn how to do tier 7 magic? And where can I get my hands on them?
So, I stopped being able to find a higher tier magic many years ago. What I could find was essentially remnants of what could possibly have been spells. Or if I could find a spell of that tier, I was very lucky. I just did research to make up the lack of knowledge. It's all experimentation.
You are really smart.
Thank you.
Ivy nods.
We could probably learn some really cool stuff here too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see Titania just make chairs appear?
Was pretty interesting.
I think after a moment, Ivy thinks about something and she goes, Is Amoni a changeling too?
No, actually, she's a high elf.
Oh.
I'm the only changeling in my family, mostly because I'm the bastard. So, I was born from a fling.
Well, you're not a bastard to me. Trying to sound comforting.
He just laughs. I think he fully laughs. Thank you, I suppose.
You're welcome. I'm assuming he's done with her hair, right?
Yeah, it's all down. He's kind of like fluffed it out a bit, so it's not.
No, it's so complicated that it takes 30 minutes to unravel.
He's now working on Ivy's hair.
He fluffs it out. It's like this.
Elara's got a little poof ball going on.
Yeah.
Ivy, do you want to make an insight check on Véres throughout this conversation?
Of course I do. Nat 20, bitch.
What?
I think that you get that he's being honest, but there are points in this conversation where he's very clearly withholding information and dancing around uncomfortable subjects.
Laura's just happy to be getting to know her friends better.
Yeah.
I think she's decided that Véres will tell them in his own time, so she's not going to pry. She'll take the information that they're freely giving out right now, and at some point, he'll expand.
I think Elara gets up, and she goes over to her jacket, and she takes out her goggles, and she starts, like, fiddling with them. Like, just silently. I think she goes over to, like, where the window seat is.
What you doing?
Oh, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic on the laundry basket.
Why?
Well, because I want to know how it works and what kind of magic it is.
It cleans clothes.
Well, no, I mean, I know that, but like, how? Is it like a prestidigitation machine? A basket?
I don't know.
Exactly.
They've been around since before I was born. I don't really know anything about them. They are just there.
Véres, you can cast Detect Magic, right?
I can. Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I think you should do it because my goggles might not be able to tell everything because they probably haven't run into all the magic here, you know? But if you cast it, you can actually, like, it will actually tell you, right?
May not. It will. It will tell me the school of magic, what the spell entails, and I think that's about it. It might give me a little glimmer of magic signatures if there's any strong ones that are lingering.
Well, do you want to do it?
Sure.
You really had to think about it there, huh? I mean, if you don't want to, I can just do my my goggles, you know?
No, I'd be happy to. I just
Did you forget? Do you need help?
Do you want to help me cast?
I can't cast it. Ivy probably can help, though. Ivy, can you cast Detect Magic?
Hold on. Let me pull out my tome. I can, yes.
What? No one is as excited about this laundry basket as I am. She's staring at the both of you back and forth.
Do you want me to do it?
I would appreciate if one of you would cast it. Be my eyes. She closes her eyes. I want a pageantry description I want to feel what you're seeing through your eyes. Like when I did the magic show. I want a magic show. Fine, just tell me what it is.
Fucking hell.
She sits down on the...
When you say I want a magic show, Ivy puts her hand up and casts frostbite and like waves her hand so you see snow crystals.
She starts clapping. Very good, very good. I love what this is turning into.
This is a Elara moment.
Mm-hmm.
Véres, ignoring both of you, is going to regularly cast Detect Magic, to which he literally just kind of like waves his hand in a quick like swiping motion, and you see vermilion mist coalesce around his fingertips and disperse. As he does that, his eyes kind of flash vermilion as well, and he looks around the room. Within 30 feet, he will see any different types, any kind of magic.
Elara's now fully distracted by Ivy's frostbite magic trick. Do it again.
Do what again?
She does it again?
Véres, look. It's so pretty.
He looks over.
She does it again.
She waves her hand and she casts dancing lights.
The snow sparkles in the light. It's like glitter.
Okay, Véres.
He just raises an eyebrow.
Véres is like, how did I get myself into this again?
What is happening right now?
Fun. We're having fun. We're smiling, and she takes her fingers and like makes herself smile. We're laughing. Ha 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 ha. You should try it.
I think I laughed earlier, did I not?
You can laugh more than once
It's
in a
my
day.
once a day quote.
No, you can laugh more than once in one day. It's allowed.
I'm upping your quota, Véres. You have to laugh 3 times a day.
Oh god, I don't know if I can hit that mark.
I believe in you.
At least somebody does.
Okay, laundry basket.
You were right, Elara. It is just a prestidigitation spell enchanted into the basket. But it does make it fresh as well.
It's less exciting than I was hoping, I'm not gonna lie. It's okay. I thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. Maybe we can like recreate this in Elara and start like a whole business and then, sell prestidigitation laundry baskets.
Prestidigibaskets?
Prestidigibaskets. By Lur and by what are our initials together? By Ive, by whatever.
Our initials together is Ivy. IVE.
I know, I'm saying it's Ive. It's Ive. We have to change it. Ivy, you can't get all the the accolades for it,
I'm pretty sure my dad created this.
33%. Really?
It feels like something my dad would make on accident, to be honest with you.
He looks around the room. Does he see anything else that's magic?
Yeah, he sees Ivy's signature just fucking everywhere. But he also sees a couple different items that have a very faint lilac signature about them.
He looks around and says, Ivy, your magic signature is just fucking everywhere. Which makes sense, this is your room, but there are 3 things that have different signatures on them.
She looks confused. What things?
The ring over there, that book, and that stuffed animal.
Oh.
They're lilac.
She grows sober immediately when you say that, and she smiles a bit. She's like, those were Beatrice's. Her magic was lilac.
Elara smiles.
He smiles too.
Is it different here in Elara? Your magic doesn't linger for a long time.
No, I think Titania said that she would sort of keep these items in a stasis, if that makes sense. I just didn't know how long it would last.
That's really sweet. It's like you have a piece of her,
Mm-hmm. I used to wear the ring all the time, but I left it behind because I didn't want to lose it in a different plane.
Makes sense. If you do, though, Norman can probably locate it.
She nods. I think she goes over and picks up the ring and slides it back on. I'll hold you to that.
Well, not me, Norman.
Wherever Norman is, I will hold Norman to it.
If Norman cannot, I can help you find it.
It will be found. You won't lose it, though.
I haven't lost anything else, so...
Except for your sanity, probably. But
Well, that's been lost for a while. That had nothing to do with going to a different place.
fair.
You see Elara writing something down in a little journal that she has.
He goes over and peeks over his shoulder. What you writing?
She jumps. Oh, I'm just making a list of all the things I want to talk to Basil about. You see she wrote the word laundry basket on it.
What else is on that list?
Magical rocks, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just says, like, ask Basil and Vacelle what kind of science they like. It says letters, question mark, because she knew that Ivy was sending letters to Basil. And then it says, you see that it says map with this, like, underlined.
Oh, you want to ask Basil about the map?
She looks, and then she realizes that it's, like, written down. And she goes, I do, because I was thinking about it. Ivy, I have the map, right? Elara has it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have all her shit. Yeah.
She reaches into her pocket and she pulls out the map and kind of just, like, shakes it out so it, like, unfurls, you know?
A layer of dust. No, I'm kidding.
Well, it doesn't make any sense. If Basil is from pre-Forsaking times, the map has post-Forsaking towns on it and pre-Forsaking towns on it, and none of it made sense. Remember when we looked at it, like, 1,000,000 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
You both look at it and, like, obviously remember that it did have both on it. It doesn't make any sense. How does this map have pre-Forsaking towns on it if Basil was from before? And this is the map that he gave you, right, Ivy?
It is, yes.
So we should ask him where he got it. It's very strange.
I agree. I would be curious to know the answer.
Me too.
Me too now.
I mean, it didn't make any sense from the beginning, right? Because it had both.
Mm-hmm.
But now it makes even less sense.
It's almost like the map was written by a prophet or something, you know? Because how else would they have known when that map was created?
Oh, that's interesting. Like someone who could see the future?
He nods.
That would be pretty cool.
It would be.
I don't think we have any of those.
People who can see the future?
In the courts. Well, I mean, like, I guess when I think of prophet, I think of somebody who, like, sits in a room and they go and they're like, tell me my future.
Oh.
So a fortune teller.
Yes. I do know none of the wizards are divination wizards.
I've only met one person who could do divination.
Really?
That was all they could do.
I've never met anyone.
She's very talented.
Did, like, her prophecies come true?
She was quite known for her accuracy, actually. She would tell people their fortunes.
God, introduce her to me. I have 1,000 questions.
If we're in the area sometime, perhaps I will.
Cool.
Oh, before I forget,
Mm-hmm.
he goes over to his pack and kind of rifles through it. Comes back, Ivy, with a folded piece of paper, hands it to you, says, "This is the article."
Elara looks close at it.
What does it say?
The headline reads, Fey creature escapes portal for first time in post-Forsaking recorded history. It's a long article about, it was a quiet night, whatever. But essentially, the creature that was made of bones left a trailing blue mist in its wake, a source close to the city guard claimed. It attacked the guard on duty, and it was seen fleeing from the western wall towards the forest. And there is very much a drawing of a huge wolf creature made of bones that looks accurate to Ivy's bone wild shape. That's you.
Yes, that is me. Oh well, it'll probably not come up again.
Well, all we have to do is make sure when we go back to... Oh, by the way, Titania said you're not going back to Elisora.
Ivy, waves her hand dismissively.
Are you going back to Elisora?
I'm gonna go back with you, yes.
She smiles. Even if we don't have an easy way to come back and visit?
I will burn that bridge when I get to it.
She nods. Also, how did we get through the portal? I don't think I ever asked. There's been so much happening.
There is a lot we need to talk about. A lot.
We keep saying that. We're getting, bit by bit.
Slowly.
So that is a funny story.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the portal was opened by the King of the Unseelie Court.
Véres sits back. He sits down and processes that information.
Elara puts her head back and bangs it on the wall. And looks up at the ceiling. Why?
Also, didn't he talk to you?
Wait, what?
Yes,
He said there was a voice.
there was a voice.
What was it, the king?
I believe so.
What if he's your wizard? That's not possible, right? Is he a wizard?
I don't believe so.
Why? Okay, a lot of questions. Why would he open a portal? How did he talk in your head? I'm just gonna say them all because then if I don't, I will forget them. How did he know that we were falling off a mountain? It was really, really perfect timing. Why did he send you back to the queen? She's thinking. I think that's it. There's probably more.
I don't know.
All?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Sorry, I do know the answer to the last question. He didn't send me here. Titania sort of plucked me out of wherever I was supposed to go.
And we just got caught in the crossfire?
I was told by a few sources that if you don't know where you are going or have a set destination in mind, you just sort of get sorted to whatever side you belong to.
That is correct.
When we were going through the portal, it was like you hit a wall. Maybe that's the sorting part. You went with me, and you went towards me, we were going together, and then it was you slammed into this wall of light, you couldn't get through.
That sounds like what happened.
I think that's accurate, yeah.
And then you got swallowed up by this grayish green color, which is probably the darkness, the Unseelie.
I would have to assume so.
So okay. So if Titania didn't grab you, would you have gone to the Seelie, or would King Nemeth have pulled you to the Unseelie, or would you just have been sorted?
Honestly, I think I probably would have been pulled to the castle, the king's castle.
Well, that's concerning.
That's very concerning. Why would he?
What did he say to you?
At long last, I found you.
So he's been actively looking for you?
That's what it sounds like.
Do you know about that?
I did not know. No.
Hmm.
I asked Titania why. She believes it's because I'm so close to her that he wants to use me as a bargaining tool.
I don't like that.
I like it even less.
Maybe the war is more imminent than you think.
Maybe.
So by that, would it make more sense for her to let you go to Elisora?
You would think.
Not if he can just open a portal in Elisora and pull you back. And how did he even know that you were there? And why didn't he take you before?
That's what I'm wondering. Why then, all of a sudden?
I felt that pop in my hand. I don't know if that has something to do with it, or if I was just so desperate in my emotions that my magic was heightened enough for him to latch onto it. Maybe it takes a near-death experience for him to find me.
So weird.
It's very strange.
But Titania's not worried about it, that he's not going to get you here?
Not here.
Okay, well that's good.
The darkness would need to basically encroach into the light in order for that to happen.
It's already happening.
Laura looks at you.
What? I think this is the most troubled you've ever seen Ivy look.
When I told you that I was over there, I mentioned people who were moving in the darkness, right? It moved every few seconds into the light. They were actively, repetitively casting a ritual of some kind to further expand the darkness. And there was a whole line of them.
Did you tell Titania when you were in there?
I did. I told her everything I saw over there.
What did she say?
She didn't say anything. She just told me to leave.
I think you're right, Elara. I think this war is faster approaching than I thought.
But she didn't seem worried. She looks at Véres. Titania.
She gave nothing away.
She doesn't give anything away.
But she'll keep you safe.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's not worried, then we probably shouldn't be worried, you know?
I think the fact that she wanted information at all means that she's worried.
Well, there's nothing we can really do about it now. And we've got a really long day tomorrow.
Yeah, what is so, just old me over here who doesn't know anything about any of this stuff. What is a day of court?
So essentially, it is 10 hours of sitting in uncomfortable clothing and listening to everyone complain about everything.
And solving those issues.
Hopefully. Some issues you can't solve. You can't solve somebody talking bad about another person.
Wait, so people come to the castle and they complain?
That's what open court is.
Anything I think a goddess might be able to fix for them, they will come in and complain about.
That sounds awful and boring.
Mm-hmm. And we will be sat right next to Titania.
We will be.
Mm-hmm.
My stomach is really hurting, all of a sudden. So I'm gonna go, I think and my head hurts a little bit too now. So I'll probably just have to, she shrugs, like,
Oh no, Elara, I'm going there to suffer, so you're suffering with me. Sorry.
And Lara, even if you tried that, a cleric would come and heal you.
This is starting to feel a lot like paint night, except I don't think that there's gonna be a happy ending.
No, we're not going to get drunk and have a happy ending.
She sighs. Well, I lost my dress, already.
Oh no, it's not underneath the clothing over there?
And then you remember that there were 2 more garment bags for everybody that were delivered. There were 3 garment bags altogether.
First, she looks at Véres like, you betrayed me.
He has this shading grin on his face.
I thought we had, like an unspoken bond here regarding, something. Regarding something. What's in the other garment bags, Ivy?
You'll find out tomorrow. She just nods.
So we should get a good night's sleep, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to be a long day.
So, out of curiosity, if I cast Feign Death...
Can you double?
A cleric would come and revive you.
She's really keen on us going to court, huh?
I guess so.
But why do we have to go? We're not a part of this.
Honestly, I think we got off very light.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I did, for sure.
Yeah, you didn't get smote.
It was very close in that room, I must say.
Was it?
It was very close.
Was she mean to you? She points her finger.
No, she was just very... thinks about it. She's not the worst person I've ever had to deal with.
She wasn't going to smite you, Véres.
He looks at you and says, whatever helps you sleep at night.
Well, I guess you believe she can smite now, huh?
Oh no, I'm fully convinced.
Also, kind of cool how quickly she got rid of your curse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he rubs his neck absentmindedly.
Did it hurt?
A little.
It didn't look fun.
It was not fun.
At least it's gone now.
Yeah, and you won't have a nightmare, so that'll be good.
Preferable, honestly. It didn't hurt as much as it did going down.
Too bad your friends can't just come here and get theirs removed too. It would seem so simple.
Yeah, I was sort of thinking about that privilege that I have,
Yeah.
I
Well, if you can get them here, I can ask. Maybe they'll be here for open court day.
I don't think that they will be. They're on their way to kill the hag, so... Or try. I'm not sure they're going to be able to kill a hag if they couldn't kill the monster we were after, so...
Probably not. Your friends are probably dead.
I wouldn't really call them friends. I almost killed the little one, to be honest. This fucking close.
Why? We're not. Remember what we said, right?
I knew it. That's why I didn't.
Mm-hmm. Okay, no curse. King of the Seelie trying to get Ivy. I'm just looking at laundry baskets, That's what I got going on.
So anything else that you wanted to talk about or no?
Any other secrets you wanted to learn about Elara?
I don't think so. I mean, probably. This is all really overwhelming.
He nods.
But we're safe here, so that's good, right?
We're very safe here.
And we'll go through court tomorrow. And then hopefully, I'm not thinking about the fact that we can't just go home,
Not to be a downer that I seem to always be.
You're
but-
not always a downer.
Well,
You can be.
I certainly can be. Have you thought about what it means that a portal opened up in the middle of the air, beside a mountain, above a town?
No. In my mind, everything is fine. And nothing exploded or got buried.
It was only there for a second, and it was only big enough to, fit a body in.
Okay, well, remember the portals down in Grimford?
There were 2 of them,
Yes, but they weren't that big.
and they were being closed by somebody who wasn't a god.
Listen, maybe we can just go through the portal in Vitrum, and when we get to the other side, just be like, hey, we're from here. It's totally fine.
I don't think that's how that works, per se.
It's not at all how that's going to work. And I'd rather not end up in a jail cell if it's all the same to you.
Mm-hmm.
She nods.
I wouldn't fare well in jail.
Neither would I, to be honest.
I have come to expect certain luxuries in my life. That does not include being behind bars.
Okay, so we can't just go through the portal.
No.
Well, I mean, we can certainly try, but I don't foresee that going well. I think it would involve a lot of luck and stealth, and I'm not sure we have a lot of either of those. So,
We could just balls to the wallet.
We're very stealthy, Véres.
are you
Elara. Véres and I are.
It's only because
And
of
I'm only half the time.
my jacket, I feel like it's really my jacket and has nothing to do with me personally.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Not at all. Nope.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
okay, well, I'm sure, she's a queen, she'll figure it out. We're not stuck here.
No.
Insight check. God damn it. It's a fucking 6.
It's a 9.
14.
Yeah. Okay. I guess sleep time.
Ivy crawls into bed, waiting to see what the other 2 do.
Elara does a big yawn and she stretches at the window seat, and then she gets her pillow and her jacket and she crawls onto the part of the bed that she slept in the night before.
Mhm.
Yes.
Véres goes back to assume his spot before.
As they're falling asleep, Ivy goes, "Hey, Lara,
Yes.
what would happen if you tried to put your jacket into your jacket?"
Don't do that.
I thought about it before, about making it okay, she sits up and she gets her jacket, because I have actually thought about this before. So wouldn't it be cool? So on the back of her jacket, on the bottom, there's a string that's run, I guess a string that's
Yeah.
run through the bottom of the
It
jacket, and
cinches
it
the
kind of
bottom, yeah.
yeah, and it hangs out at the end. So she pulls on that and she's like, wouldn't it be cool if I could, and she jumbles up her jacket and opens a pocket. If I could just shove all of this into the pocket and turn it in on itself, and then have the string, and then just wear it as a little satchel on my wrist. So that when we go to these fancy things that we have to go to, and I have to wear a dress or, satin pants and stuff, then I can still have my stuff with me. Because my solution right now, and she looks at Véres, because Véres saw her solution when they were at the healers.
He puts a pillow over his head.
It works, but it's not very, functional, and I can't take all of my stuff with me. I have to be really selective about what stuff I can take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Honestly, I think that's a really good idea.
I think it would be useful. Just be careful,
Right, because it might implode.
Exactly.
Right?
And take
Yeah.
out a lot with it. So
Mm-hmm. But it would be cool if we could figure a way out to do that, is all I'm saying.
I agree.
It's on my list of things.
You want to work on?
Maybe you should move that to the top of your list.
Also, it might be better to work on it here, because I can't explode the Feywild, with like a portal.
I was going to say, if you want to wake up early before we go to court, you could run over to Paladin's training ground and attempt it, and then if everything goes flying, you've got a big open space.
I could practice my shock and shove out there, actually. I've been meaning to.
You see Ivy start to, like, smile, laugh, and then, like, tuck her lips in and just nod.
Véres has a pillow over his face.
I could try it. But no, maybe I will. Maybe I will, and I'll do some practice, and I'll practice my crossbow. It's been a while. I can practice my crossbow. I can practice my shock and shove. But what if I accidentally break my jacket though?
My dad can help you fix it.
We can fix it again.
She nods.
You've got a master weapons artificer here. My mom does like toxins and poisons and things like that.
Oh, I should show her my poison. Didn't I get a poisoner's kit?
You did, yeah.
One day I'm going to learn how to do that too.
She might teach you. All right. Well, thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Under the pillow?
No, I'm kidding. He comes out from the pillow. He's like, good night, you two.
Sweet dreams. No nightmares.
Fingers crossed.
She puts like both of her fingers out of her jacket because she's like got her jacket encompassing her body. Fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks so much for listening. We are grateful for the love and support.
If you're enjoying the show, please consider leaving us a 5-star review and tell your friends about us too. A like, subscribe, or share goes a long way for small creators like us.
If you want more Tales of 3, head over to our Patreon, where we have a ton of free bloopers and episode extras, as well as some paid tiers with even more perks.
Speaking of, huge shout out to our Green Fiend Patreon supporter, Michael.
Also, if you join the Red Rogues for $5 a month, you'll get access to RDCC, an after show where we deep dive into character motivations, player reactions, and give a glimpse at our creative process.
And with that, our story pauses here for today. Join us next time as we continue our adventures, and remember, it's never too late to start your own.
Bye!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another reading of comments that you left on our podcast place where you listen to our podcast. Today, we have 3 comments from episode 5, and we're going to start with our friends from Arcane Amphitheater who said, Elara and Ivy desperately trying to be sneaky is so incredibly funny and endearing. 3 laughy faces. Love this episode. 2 exclamation points. I agree. It was a very funny episode.
It was funny to watch.
I bet. And to listen to. It was funny to do.
This is from Jen Berry in response to a Q&A. What your favorite moment in the episode was. Going to be honest, it was when Ivy made her epic fall into the guy's lap. It was a majorly fun episode with the bits of serious tones at the end. I can't wait for the next one. 2 different colored blue hearts.
When Ivy fell into the guy's lap was one of the funniest. No, Véres trying to be, Véres being serious and Ivy being not serious. And I was trying to be serious when Ivy was sitting in the guy's lap was A+ top tier content.
This one is from Sakura Fire, also in response to a Q&A. Listening live with all of you, which is something that we do sometimes. So if you ever are interested, come and join us in our Discord. Is that what it's called? Discord server?
Discord or, Twitch or YouTube or whatever streaming places we decide to be.
I don't know what any of those things are.
And also don't hold us to any of this because sometimes we might not even do it.
In their right mind would ever call a communication platform Discord?
Because it sows discord, probably.
Oh.
And speaking of Discord, all of the innuendos, the silly moments, and the creepy parts, and that music, though, another A+ episode.
That music, though, for real.
The music was good. He's literally thinking, I'm going to get choked out by a giant queen. Holy fuck, what's happening right now?
Ivy's ass stays in that seat until Véres decides. She'll respect Varys' wishes, but if it's up to her, she's gonna stay because she wants to know too. She's a nosy bitch. I don't know what to tell you.
She's like, are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna give all the information to my fucking godmother?
I want to know. Tell me.
Why do I foresee Ivy and Elara eavesdropping at the door? Yeah.
She gets it from Basil.
Mhm.
Oh God, guys, I don't know. Go ahead, sorry.
The face does. You're like,
Sorry.
No.
I thought you were done.
No, it's okay.
Ivy
Go
nods.
ahead.
we don't have to go through every single thing.
Yeah,
But
I
if there's
think
anything
he-
you want to highlight, you tell
No,
me.
I think that he just kind of I'm going to say he
No,
recounts.
you do. I need
3
a
hours
30-minute long deep dive into what happened from Véres' point of view. Because, like, realistically, she would have grown up with this notion of, like,
Yeah.
the war is imminent.
Right. Okay.
Time is
like-
weird here.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm sorry. Because it's so funny to me, like, the thought of, like, they've been saying this war is coming for, like, 100 years, you know?
Yeah. I was there for that.
Really?
No.
Oh. I thought you can't lie.
Sorry. You could cut that. I just thought that'd be really funny.
Okay. You were there for the whole smiting thing?
I mean, she could be, but probably not.
Yeah. Why do you think he wanted to be in there alone? Secrets.
Maybe he didn't want to tell us about the time where he
Wow. For the bloopers, people listening to the bloopers, Vera just did the finger in the whole thing. In case you were wondering. And now Dusty's giving the middle finger. Dusty's giving the middle finger. Because Dusty's like, that's my Aunt Tanya. Oh, come on. Vulgarity is happening here.
vulgar. Whip it out.
No.
Obviously does.
At first, I think Ivy's
She
facial
smited
expression.
some- Yeah. Good.
Ivy's facial expression at first was like, "That's normal," and then she went, "Oh, well, it's not normal." Yeah, that is
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. And you guys both. Hold on, there's a car.
Meow.
Meow.